I'm going to model a self-serve workflow for creating new accounts, new safes, for provisioning a new development project. This is a development project that we're modeling in Azure using this Azure pipeline. And this Azure pipeline is going to need access to secrets, which are represented by entries in the build variable. So the identity of the application is this host client node 1 and its associated API key for authentication, the URL for the Conjure service that's running in Azure. It's actually running on this VM over here. But you can see we don't have any entries for the DB password. This is an alias for the name of a secret that this client will need to be enabled access to, and this is going to be a secret that we want to provision for this application. So this is a new application that's starting up. It needs access to certain secrets that need to be provisioned in the enterprise password vault, but then those secrets pushed over to the Conjure master for use in this pipeline. So my enterprise password vault and my my component server are both here on my Mac locally, whereas obviously the master is in Azure, as is my pipeline. So what we're going to model is an access request. The developer goes in, fills out an access request, which results in a creation of a JSON record that looks like this, which has the name of the project, the name of the safe we're going to create, the host that needs access to these accounts that we're going to provision, and then the actual accounts that we need provision. So this would be populated by something like a drop-down menu or a list of potential accounts for backend systems that are to be provisioned for this application. So these don't currently exist, and that's the point, is that these don't exist now. If we look in my new accounts here, we can see there's various accounts, but none that correspond to a Windows server, a SQL server, or an Oracle database. So if I go ahead and submit this access request, this is going to actually request approval. So you don't want to just have the ability to create new accounts. There needs to be some kind of oversight. And so we're going to be using this GitHub repo here to commit this access request, as well as, you see there's a branch here that we're going to create. We're going to create a branch called self-serve demo 1, commit that to it, and if we look over here now, we've got a branch called self-serve demo 1. We look down here, it's organized by date, and so if we look down here for the 5th, then we've got self-serve demo 1. This is my access request. This will also generate an email, which right now GitHub's fairly busy, it's taking its time sending this, but it will request that this access request is reviewed. So it creates a pull request. You can see that we created a pull request, and here is that pull request. We go down here, it's pending a review request. So it's actually requested review of this from my identity over here. So I'll review those changes. I'll just say looks good and approve here. And that is now my review. So pending successful reviews, then we could go ahead and grant that access request. What that will do then is process this access request. It will first merge this pull request, or merge this branch back into the master. So we'll see this disappear. And then, so now we've got a full audit trail of our access requests, and then it provisions access for, it provisions those accounts in our environment here. So if we go back and refresh my window here, we'll see our new accounts are created over here for those users in the self-serve demo safe, and then it's also synchronized those over to the Conjure environment. So we look in client node 1, we look at what it has access to. We can see it's been given access as a consumer to the self-serve demo safe, and here are those usernames and passwords. So I can pick any one of these usernames. So let's pick this username and password. If we look at the value here, we can see it's got this value. So I'm going to paste this in as the value of the the name of the secret to pull for this password. And I'm going to do the same thing. I can just say username here because that's the same. So I'll just say username here and save this. Now, this identity has access to these secrets. These were newly provisioned in the core vault and then provisioned over to Conjure after they were approved. So when I go to run my demo now, then it should be able to pull those secrets. And we can walk through the demo pipeline, but basically it's going to use those credentials, the username and API key, the hostname and API key, to connect to the Conjure service and pull the value of those secrets and echo the values of those secrets. So it takes a moment to initialize, to provision the resources to run the pipeline. And when we run that, then we see the database username and password, the same one that we saw here, 28D478, 28D478. So this gives you a sense of what's possible in terms of provisioning access for a new account or a new project without requiring developers to wait an extensive period of time until an administrator is available to provision this. You do want the oversight of having approvals. These approvals we modeled here using PR reviews, but they could as easily be part of a ticketing workflow driven by ServiceNow or some other ticketing environment. But this is what most of our customers are requesting, which many have implemented with the help of our professional services for provisioning new accounts and the resources that they need. Thanks for watching.